All right, let's do some Mathity-Math. It says here, Tyrone is floating on a cloud at point J, which is 7, 10, 3. Now, real quick, just to clarify here, these 3 points, this is, we're in a three-dimensional plane, so like a 2D coordinate plane. So the x is 7, the y is 10, and then we call it the z. The z, that's like the up and down, that would be 3. Okay, so we're in a 3D realm. Fancy, all right? So he plans to fly in a straight line to his vacation cloud, which is at point V, 15, 21, 7. And then it says Tyrone will also visit his sibling, who lives exactly halfway along his path. Okay, so he's at J, he's traveling three-dimensionally to V, and halfway along the way, he's going to visit his sibling. Okay, cool. So first it says find the coordinates of Tyrone's sibling. So what this is saying is find the midpoint of that line from J to V, because it said it's exactly halfway. So the midpoint of 2 points you can find by adding up the x's and divided by 2 and adding up the y's and divided by 2. This is the same idea when you do x, y, and z. You just add them up and divide each pair by 2. And we can look at this formula, right? So let's kind of break this down linearly. Our answer is going to be an x, a y, and a z coordinate, x, y, z. In this formula, the way it works, it says, well, all you do is take your x sub 1 and your x sub 2 and divide it by 2, right? Okay, that's going to be the x value. And then you take your y sub 1 and you add your y sub 2 and you divide by 2. That'll give you your y value. And then you just do the same idea. You take your z sub 1 and your z sub 2, and you divide that by 2, and that will do it. That'll give you your answer. We can actually just probably do the work right down here, nice and small, and make it all make sense. Okay? So my x values are 7 and 15, right here. 7 and 15, you can see that. So it's just like saying 7 plus 15 divided by 2. Okay, that would be the x coordinate. My y values are 10 and 21. So it's like saying 10 plus 21 divided by 2. Okay? And then my z's are 3 and 7. So it's like saying 3 plus 7 divided by 2. And I think this math we could probably do in our heads. But if not, we have our handy dandy calculator. So 7 plus 15 is 22. And 22 divided by 2 is 11. So I know my x value would be 11. 10 plus 21, that's 31. 31 divided by 2 is 15.5. So that is my y coordinate. And then 3 plus 7 is 10, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So that is my z coordinate. And there you go. That right there is the x, y, z coordinates of where Tyrone's sibling lives. So that's halfway along his line. Okay. The next part says, well, what's the total distance from J to V? Okay, so the way you solve this is you actually just extend the distance formula that's called the 2D distance formula. You extend that and just you use the 3D distance formula. And the 3D distance formula is just this right here. The distance is, let me draw this big thing. It's going to be a little long at first, but it's no big deal. So the distance is, it's just x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared. And then you add that to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. And then you add that to z sub 2 minus z sub 1 squared. So that's the formula. Essentially, you're just adding, squaring, and you're subtracting, squaring, and adding that to the same process 3 times over. Okay, so let's just fill this thing in. Okay, and so if we look at our points, we'll do J first. So my x values are 7 and 15. And the only thing you want to be careful about is make sure you keep these all in order. So I'm always putting the J first. So I do 7 minus 15 squared plus, now I do my y points. And like I said, I do the J first. 10 minus 21 squared. And then 3 plus 7. Oh, excuse me. Whoops. 3 minus 7 squared. And there you go, okay? So, and again, just to be really clear here, it's important that I put all the j values first, 7, 10, 3, and then all the v values second, 15, 21, 7. Okay, and this is a minus sign. I just messed up, but we'll get there. Okay, so here we go. Let's keep it going. 7 minus 15. 7 minus 15 would be negative 8, right? So I just write negative 8 squared, and I'll start building this along. And I'm going to add that. 10 minus 21 is negative 11. And that's going to be squared. I'll keep it going. And 3 minus 7 is negative 4. Okay. Let's square that. All right, let me come on down a little bit. Okay. So here we go. Negative 8 squared is 64, a positive 64, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Negative 11 squared is 121, because 11 times 11 is 121. Excuse me, negative 11 times negative 11 is 121. And negative 4 squared is 16. Okay? So if we keep that going, we can use our calculator if we want. We say 64 plus 121 plus 16. Voila, you get 201. So we're going to try and find ourselves the square root of 201. And we can do that right now. Let's see. The square root, how about so you can see it? The square root of 201 is 14.17. So we're going to go to 3 sig figs. So we just say 14.2. And voila. You got it. That's your answer. Okay, as always, go ahead and subscribe to Mathity-Math if you want to be notified when more math is coming your way. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them. See you later. Bye.